Good
Howdy,
morning.
howdy. How's everybody doing today?
Look at that. I have a new member.
Yeah, looky there. Excuse
Let's see
me.
if I have a new member thingy here.
You should. Excuse me.
I don't on us.
Oh, well, then you better go over to you.
Oh, look at. Let me change that really quick. I don't want people to get confused.
Right.
Dazed and confused. There. That reminds me of summer.
Yeah. Hello, my little Keri. Not feeling well, but wanted to come say hello anyhow. Sweetheart, you're in my prayers every day. I hope you know that, and I hope you feel God's love wrapping you up in his arms.
Okay, here is my new member.
That's cute. Oh my goodness, all the sparkles. Good morning, Sarah. How are you doing, sweetheart?
Good morning, Froggy. Good morning, Keri. Good morning, Sarah. You got your cap lock on, Froggy. And Keri, you're still in my prayers. Pray in God's will.
We were talking about cap locks the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to admit, I'm really bad about using my cap locks, but there are so many forms a lot of times that I have to fill out for the type of job that Wayne does. And it automatically switches my keyboard to cap lock whenever you're filling in the boxes and
You're fine,
writing
sweetie.
reports and everything.
You can
So
type in caps.
I just normally leave it there.
Okay, so I was just giving you a hard time, Froggy. Okay, so I want to ask you and just chilling while under my blanket. Hi, Sierra.
Oh,
I
hello,
have
Sierra. How are you doing, sweetheart?
I have a
No, ma'am?
question to ask you guys because I'm at a part of this blanket. I've learned so many different ways to do things that Shelly husband does.
Uh-huh.
And when she does a picot, do this while we're talking if you're at the beginning of a stitch. She does one single crochet, she chains 3, and then she goes right back in that single crochet in the center of it
Yep.
and pulls up a single crochet.
Yep.
That's not how I do it.
How do you do yours?
I make a single crochet, I chain 3, and I go in the top loop and the bottom loop of the side.
Okay. Well, what you're doing in both instances is you're locking the picot. You know what I mean? Um, when I get lazy, especially now, if the picot is in a pattern, I will do my picot with the single crochet, chain 3, and come back and lock it in the single crochet. But if it's just on the outer edge, like finishing up for a border or something like that, I'll do
Mm-hmm.
a slip stitch, chain 3, and go back into the slip stitch. Number one, that's because that's how my grandma taught me how to do it. So,
Mm-hmm.
hello,
Hi,
Tipsy. How are you
Tiffany.
doing? So, there's different ways of really doing the picot stitch.
Well, this
Like I
doesn't
said,
look like a picot to me. It looks like a slob. I guess it does look like a picot.
mm-hmm.
I gotta do this whole round. I gotta do 5 picots in this, and then 5 single crochets, and then 5 picots, and then 5 single. I have no idea what she has in store for me next round.
Oh my goodness. Good morning, Ivy B. How you doing?
Good morning, Ivy.
Well, it is 78 degrees outside, feels like 84. But in this room here, it is 72 and I'm still cold.
It's 63. It's 36 and it is raining with the chance of snow.
Oh, my word. Sierra says, Keri, I got to row 26 last night.
Cool.
Yeah.
But I've never done a pico like this. It's just
Mm-hmm. Good
crazy.
morning, Ellie.
Good morning, Ellie. I'm trying to get to the end of this cake so I can show you guys my blanket.
She's asking, did I catch up? What row are
You're
you
past
on
me.
the shawl?
You're past me. I'm only on the second part of part 2.
Froggy says it's snowing there again.
Yeah, it's definitely cold outside.
Oh, goodness. Sarah says you are all in a heat wave compared to 0 degrees here in Wisconsin. Oh, my goodness. So,
Hi, Lana.
hello, Lana. How are you doing today, sweetheart? Sorry, I'm just trying to finish up this one last little piece to an amigurumi I'm working on.
Oh, and then what are you going to work on?
I'm going to work on my cardigan.
Oh, yeah, I need to do my measuring today. So, how is everybody doing on their cardigan? I haven't started mine.
Well, you
Hi,
know, there
Nana Cat.
she is. Hello, Nana Cat. How are you doing, sweetheart? Lana, I'm working on a blanket I promised to my son's friend. Oh, that's so sweet. And good morning, Thrifty. How are you doing? I'm working on my first granny hexagon cardigan, and I'm loving it. Well,
Good
tell you
morning,
what,
Rachel.
I'll tell you what, Rachel, once you get finished with that first one, you're going to find yourself wanting to make more and more and more because those hexagon cardigans are just gorgeous.
Are they that addicting?
I think so. That's just me. Are you guys doing a crochet um, I am with my members, Ellie, and I'm also working on it on Froggy's channel because a lot of my members are members at hers as well. So we just decided to use both our members' time to work on it. Granny is easy and fast. Yes, ma'am. Sierra says, I'm an inch away from making a black hexy cardigan. Keri got me onto the shawl, though. Oh, that's all good.
Am I almost? Yeah, I can show you after I do these last 3 picos.
Good, because I want to see that. It's 54 degrees now, going to be 76. She's going to turn her fan on. Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
Pebbles, I don't think I said good morning to you, sweetheart. How are you doing?
Good morning, Pebbles.
Sierra says, I want 76 degrees so bad. I most certainly will. Here we go. Wait. Let me make you big. Come here. There we go.
Ouch. Gotta be careful here. I got stuff on my, whoa, stuff on my table. Ouch.
Oh, good morning, Heidi. And oh my word, you just made me cold with that statement. Colder than I already am. Oh my word, look. Mercy, that is making such a beautiful, beautiful blanket. And little Keri's asking, what shawl was this Keri got y'all started on? And Froggy says that I'm okay as long as the snow does not turn into ice. Isn't that correct? Pebble says, fan, it's 20 degrees outside. Snow on the way. So what shawl do you have Sierra starting on?
Oh, well, Sunita started it.
Uh-oh.
It's this one.
Oh, yes.
It's called Sundance.
Isn't that gorgeous? That is so pretty.
Oh.
Rachel says, Bevel, you sound like me. Oh, Nana Cat. She says, everything here is turned to ice. Mercy. I know. Isn't that pretty? Very delicate. That's right. Sarah says, little Keri, there's also a knitted one called Sundance. I was going to ask you if you wanted to use our cakes for that one at some point. Well, isn't this one crochet?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me. You said knitted. Yes, sorry. My brain didn't click there.
Yeah, I don't knit.
Yeah, I don't either. We were in the low 80s yesterday and woke up to the low 40s this morning and will continue to go down to the 30s. Ooh, good morning, Mimo Dawn. How are you today?
Good morning, Dawn.
Oh, she said, yes, there's a crochet and a knitted one. They're both named Sundance. Oh, okay. She said when she went out searching on Ravelry, she found both of them. Well, that's nice. Mama Cat, we had a 2-day ice storm, had 8 trees come down on the house, but by the grace of God, they didn't go through the roof. Amen. Good morning, Yvette. How are you doing?
Good morning, Yvette. We started a little bit early.
You'll be back on your feet in no time, little Keri. Rachel, my cardigan pattern comes from Crochet Crowd. It uses 4 colors. I'm using white, variegated, tan, and light blue. Oh, that sounds pretty. I'm assuming that the variegated has the other 3 colors in with it. Oh, Yvette, I'm so sorry. She says, yep, waiting for the ice and snow coming my way. Yeah.
Oh, I'm hot.
And everybody else here is talking about how cold it is. And now you're getting ready to turn on a fan, aren't you?
No, it's always stays on.
Oh, okay.
It's got a lot of. It needs to be dusted.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Alexa, stop. I can't
Are
grab
you
my.
taking your pills today?
Not yet. I'm trying to get the ones that I need to add to it.
Oh. Lana said, Yvette, I never get to say that. It's California. It's hot to hotter with occasional rain. Oh, goodness.
Okay. Now.
Lana, Yvette says, Lana, I'm in North Carolina. I shouldn't be saying that. Oh, goodness. Oh, looky there. Little Keri's already got your parade of hearts going.
I haven't done them yet. I have to find my wrap. Oh my God, if this isn't wrap mill, and it's not. This is Jason's.
Uh-huh.
I've been out of my blood pressure medicine for over a week now.
Oh my goodness. How do rabbits travel? By airplanes. Heidi says, Keri, you have an echo now. No, I think what you're hearing, Heidi, is she is going through her different pills so that she can put them in her little divider there. Because I don't hear an echo on my side. Does anyone else hear an echo when Keri talks?
Echo. No, my medicine's all divided up. I just don't have my verapamil, which is important for blood pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, Sierra says no echo here. Good. Heidi, you might want to go out and come back in again. Or maybe refresh.
Oh,
Dawn said though, Mima Dawn said she heard it for a bit too.
was it because
Maybe
I
it's
was
gone.
talking into my bag?
I don't know. It's gone now. Okay, well that's great. Well, I want to go ahead and take a minute and tell all of you how much we appreciate you being here this morning. And we want to also say a special thank you to those of you that may be lurking because you have us on, but you want to do some other things, and we appreciate that so much. So let's say thank you to you. Pretty. I love the elephants. Little Carrie's concerned here. She says, you've been out of your blood pressure meds for a while now?
A week.
Is that right? A week?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think you need to holler at somebody about that?
It's too early, or I would be on the phone in the middle of the live.
What do you mean it's too early? For the refill?
Yeah. I've already asked them for a refill. They haven't done it yet.
Oh.
I got to call Safeway.
Okay.
Okay. I just finished round 15, 16, 17.
Well, that's very pretty.
I really, really like this color.
I was going to ask which one you were doing it
I'm
in.
using Twister Solid. It's 50% cotton, 45% acrylic. By Hobby, and it's color 125, but I think it's either navy or slate. 100 grams, 437 yards, and you use a 3.5 or a 4 millimeter hook.
Mm-hmm.
It's a number 2. It's really not a number 2.
Well, it's really is a very, very, very pretty yarn. Sierra says, Ellie, I'm using my 2 skulls on a cherry stem stitch marker this morning. It has become your favorite set for the moment. That's great. Good morning, Diane, sweetheart.
Good morning, Diane.
I was hoping that I'd hear that you were doing a little bit better this morning, but you're not. You still have your fever and your head hurts. Well, sweetheart, just lay back, listen, and if you doze off, that's, you just go right ahead and do that. Mm. Did you ever determine, is it the flu? And Ellie's saying, so glad you're enjoying your stitch markers, Sierra.
Oh, I love mine. I got the tulip ones happening.
Oh, very pretty, very pretty. That is so sweet, all of you. Yes, keep Diane in your prayers. I just love how when someone is not feeling good or got something going on in our lives, we all come together and lift one another up. Good morning, Barbara. How are you doing today, sweetheart?
Good morning, Barbara. Barbara, you're not going to believe this. Remember I told you that I'd have your package to UPS by Monday? It's still sitting on my table. I forgot to have my caregiver take it yesterday. Well, and I don't know if UPS ran on Monday, but I will tell her today.
I know they didn't. I know the post office didn't run Monday.
And I didn't hear from Judith on the book. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that.
Barbara says that's okay.
Okay. Don't hate me, please. I know, and hate is such a strong word, but it really is packaged up and ready to go. And I put a couple extra notions in there for you. Hopefully, it makes it all there in one piece because they're between the two books.
Mm-hmm. Diane says, thank you, everyone. I don't know, but I think it's the lupus, not really any other symptoms. It's like runny nose, but I've had that for a while, and I think that's maybe allergy. So, sweetheart, I am so, so sorry. But you're in my prayers.
I don't know why she did this to this part of the shawl. I don't know that I like it.
What are you having to do?
Single crochet.
Oh. Good morning, Laura. How are you doing?
Good morning, Laura. I hope you're doing better than you were yesterday. Okay, Diane, lurk mode away.
Yes, ma'am. You just, like I said, lay back and take care of yourself.
Chronic disease does suck.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, good. So, is everybody working on something or are you just watching us?
Yeah. Well, I
'Cause
finally got this last piece done. I can work on my cardigan.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm just a little. Good morning, Katrina.
Good morning, sis. How are you?
Oh, she's working on her first amigurumi. She's making a teddy bear.
For her daughter. That's awesome.
Rachel says, Diane, when my mom was alive, lupus was one of the many things she had, and it's horrible. My husband, when he was alive, refused to believe it's real because he never heard of it. Oh my goodness. Didn't tell him to get out there on Google or Siri or whoever you use and find out some information. Mm.
Oh no, Heidi. Heidi, I tell you what. Why don't you get out of bed and get dressed?
There you go. Yes, ma'am. Yvette says, I'm watching just now for right now because I'm trying to figure out what to do next. Oh, you posted a picture? Okay, well, I got to go see it. She posted a picture on her community tab of
I
how
don't
she's
think they
doing so
call them
far.
that anymore. Okay, let's see. Katrina.
Laura says, this print is very small to look at, so I don't know how to enlarge it. Diane Ellie says, prayers, hope you feel better soon. I'm hoping this cold weather we're having doesn't flare up my asthma. Yeah, I lose my voice when I have to use my inhaler.
Oh, look! I found it.
Just a sec. Oh my goodness, look at him.
It looks like
Oh,
he's making it out of a
Katrina.
latte cake.
Katrina, he's looking great.
He's so fuzzy. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy has lots of hair.
Oh goodness.
I love it.
That's right, little Keri. No matter what some people hear or see, they don't believe a chronic illness sometimes. I know, sweetheart. Rachel, his daughter in law, who's a nurse, even agreed with me how real it is, and still he didn't believe. My goodness. Lana says, Rachel, my mom had lupus and my dad had RA. I've had RA for 30 years. With my new test, rheumatologist said I have lupus too. Oh, goodness. Oh, Katrina says, I need to order bigger eyes for the Amis that I make. Everybody's saying how cute. Heidi says, thank you, Keri. I am out of bed now. That's awesome.
Hi, Bryn.
Hello, Bryn. How are you doing? Exactly, Yvette. Just because we don't complain 24/7 doesn't mean we're not in pain.
Right?
Exactly, Meemaw Dawn. We do miss our sassy Diane, don't you? Don't we? Excuse me. Katrina says, thank you all. Just working on the body, then have to do the legs, ears, and arms, and then it's done. How awesome is that? Thank you all. Just work. Okay. And then Froggy said, hey, Brian. Dokies. Now let me get this set up here. Oh. Little brawl bag here going.
I need to get some thumbnails that say Maureen and Keri. What?
Oh, Bryn said that I broke my front tooth Saturday. They pulled the rest on Monday, so it's hard to eat right now. Well, I'm sure it is, sweetheart. Sarah says, I feel for you, Diane. I have fibromyalgia, and it's literally a pain in the butt. Goodness gracious.
Mm-hmm. I can relate to the whole teeth thing. My caregiver asked me, I asked her to get me a bag of potato chips, and so I was eating, and they're the Keri, I'm happy. Charts aren't so scary anymore. Good.
Yeah.
They're the cooked Lays, so they're a little bit harder than a regular potato chip.
They're like kettle cooked.
Kettle cooked, yes. And she says, how are you eating those? And I'm like this.
Oh
So
my
funny.
goodness.
She goes, I can't, some of the things you eat, I can't believe you do it with no teeth. And I said, well.
Let's see. I missed a comment up here. School's going good. That's awesome, Bryn. Nana Cat says, Lana, my sister has lupus. Reynolds, RA, and heart issues because of her chronic health issues. I pray for anyone. Oh, yes, ma'am, I do too. Thank you, Nana Cat. I'm seeing a neurologist in 2 weeks. They did a brain MRI, trying to figure out what's going on with my brain. Come on.
Yes, prayers to everybody.
Hello, Jill. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Jill.
Thank you for coming in and joining us. How's your weather and what are you working on?
Yes, Sierra. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. These little tiny stitches.
Yvette, I'm working on my cardigan. I like to work on it, when I just need to take a little break from whatever else it is I'm doing. Hubby and I were watching just a little bit of TV last night. He had to come in and do quite a bit of paperwork. So I sat there and got a few extra rows in. Hello there, Crochet Cabin. How are you doing?
Hi, Kimmy.
Kimmy, I told you it's going to take me a bit. Sierra, I bought a neck light yesterday. Do you like it? Have you been able to use it yet? Uh-oh. Sierra said, yeah, by the time I went to bed around 2 a.m., my eyes were pissed off, Keri. Oh, goodness. You're doing good? Awesome. What you working on? And how's your weather? Thank you, Froggy. She's reminding you guys, I know you're excited to get in here to see Keri and I, but please remember to hit those thumbs.
And just a
my goodness.
reminder,
Go ahead.
Jill
is learning to
she's
knit.
a traitor, I say.
She said she still likes crochet better.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I forgot what I was going to say now.
Oh, you lucky duck. She said she found it at Ollie's for $6. Man, I'm jealous.
What'd she find?
A neck light.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Ellie said, I knitted a blanket for my friend's granddaughter, and now I'm making one for my granddaughter because she thought the other one was for her.
Oh, no.
Jill
I feel
says,
like a traitor. If you don't have Kimmy pick her up, she just dropped her link.
Mima Dawn says, Continental or English?
It's time to read the devotional.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Awesome. Thank you.
Calm in our hearts. May the Lord of peace himself give you peace at all times and in every way. The Lord be with all of you. 2 Thessalonians 3:16. Jesus doesn't always quell the storms of our lives, does he? Sometimes we have to experience the strength of the wind and waves before we can appreciate the peace he brings. And it might not be external peace at all, or outward circumstances might continue to surge all around us, but that doesn't mean he can't bring us internal peace in the midst of our chaos. The Lord gives strength to his people. The Lord blesses his people with peace. Psalms 29:11.
Amen.
Sometimes Jesus calms the storm, and sometimes he calms our hearts.
Amen.
Dear Papa God, help me to keep trusting you even while the storms rage on with no end in sight. Your sovereignty does not change in those times, and you can give me peace despite my circumstances. Thank you. Amen.
Amen. Lana says, it seems like learning to knit is the end thing. I'm sorry, I have no desire to learn knitting.
Me either.
Yvette said, oh, goodness, come back up here. I can't Oh, see, wait a minute. Let me back up. I thought they were heavy, but Sierra told me they weren't, and she's right. I'm glad I took her advice. Jill says, I can't decide between the English or the Continental. Continental is a little more natural and faster, but my English stitches look better. Ah! Katrina says, I'm also working on a cozy cowl crochet cape in Premier Sweet Roll. It's a DK weight color Yellowstone. Oh, I bet that's pretty. And that's right. God's grace is always sufficient. Amen. Mima Dawn, if we didn't experience the storm, then we certainly can't appreciate the calm. Oh, Bren, I didn't know you knitted. She says, I love knitting, diamond painting, and crochet.
Have you not seen her name? Who's the knitter?
I know who the knitter is. It's Bren.
But you didn't know she knitted?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I know it's in her name. I mean, yeah, in her name, but I never connected it. Ah, Jill. Crochet will always be my go-to. I will never completely cross over to the snobby side. Yvette, I learned to knit both ways, but I prefer English to continental.
Hmm.
Sierra says, I like knitting simply because of the thin fabric. I love to crochet, but it can be a little bit too chunky sometimes for my sweaty self. Oh, I got you there. Laura says, I'm diamond painting my mask with extra beads. Will have, I, with the extra beads I have, it will be a hockey theme this time. Oh, that's awesome, Laura.
Oh,
And
cool.
you're using beads from your diamond painting? That's going to be cool. Nana Cat says, I keep saying I'm going to practice knitting, but I keep starting new crochet projects. I'm a bad girl. Yeah, Yvette says, Jill, it's not the snobby side. There are uses for both crafts, and it's nice to be bistitchual. Well, I consider myself bistitchual because I'm learning to do Tunisian. And I know it's still in the crochet family, but it is totally different, folks. You know, with Tunisian, the one thing that I've had to really wrap my head around and give into is the fact that I'm a tight crocheter, so I expect my stitches to be a little more tight, I guess you could say. And so I've had to come to terms with the fact that Tunisian is not that way. I'm sure you can get a tighter stitch, but I just know that I spent way too much time ripping out and trying to go down to a smaller hook to make the stitches look like I thought they should, rather than just
Sierra,
letting. Go ahead.
go ahead.
I was just going to say, rather than letting the yarn and the hook do what it's supposed to do, and that's to work together.
Sierra said, I used to think that knitters were the snobby side too, but nah, yarn snobs exist in all kinds of crafts.
That's right. Yvette says crochet will always be faster than knitting. On the downside, it also uses much more yarn. And I've heard that. Rachel says, I would like to relearn Tunisian and also how to use the double-ended crochet hooks. Now, I've never learned that.
Oh.
many folks here are doing Luck of the Draw with Trisha over at Mama Swift's? That's another reason why I fell in love with knitting. I'm broke and my yarn lives longer. Oh, Jill says, if anyone likes 6-weight yarn, let me know. I have some to get rid of. Well, Jill, I tell you what, there is a lovely little girl in our Yarny community here, little Keri. And I bet if you would reach out to her, she would tell you where you can donate that yarn. Lana says, I'm going to learn Tunisian just as soon as I catch up on my whips. Bryn, well, I really hadn't paid that much attention to it because, like I said, I'm still just learning some of the basic stitches. I haven't actually sat down and done and made my first project, but I think I'm getting close enough to where I feel good about picking up a pattern or two. Bryn says, I just ordered 2 different packs of diamond painting magnets. I like the smaller diamond paintings and I still like to crochet my blankets. I agree, Froggy says. Crochet uses more yarn. It is faster to work up and harder to learn. Knitting is very easy to learn, uses less yarn, and slow to work up. There's good and bad with every craft that you learn. And especially in, fiber, like our yarn, whether it's Tunisian, knitting, looming. I know, Yvette, and we had the long, straight hooks, no cables. Lana says, I'm doing 2 of the Luck of the Draws, the one I started, and I'm doing my son's friend's blanket in is the Luck of the Draw 2. I didn't have a pattern for it, and it's easier this way. That's great. I am using Trisha's pattern, the Sweet Marshmallow stitch, and there is my week 1. My brown here is my base color, and this was my number 5 color that she chose this last week. So I do hope.
Froggy?
I still calling. Yep, the Afghan stitch. I know, me too. I'm wearing my Tunisian cowl right now. I'm chilly. I love Tunisian. I've made a few cowls in different stitches. And in 1 year ago, I used the double-sided hook to make a 2-color cowl. Wow, Diane, that's awesome. But yeah, I just love this. Trisha made a very, very pretty pattern with this stitch. And she does show it off in the Luck of the Draw, so y'all need to go and watch that. If she built the stitch so that if you wanted something different to do for Boggy Creek, if you're making Boggy Creek blankets, this would work up real quick. Whether you wanted to do for Luck of the Draw or if you just want to do it, to make up something different, because it didn't take long at all to work up that square. Little Keri says, I'm going to make the Tunisian blanket that Michael posted a while back because I got the yarn a bit ago for it when it was in stock. Tunisian blankets are so nice. I just love the combination, of crochet and knitting. It is just such a very nice bridge between the two. As far as the look is concerned, that's what I like. Rachel said, I tried knitting, but it took way too much time away from my first love, which is crochet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Diane says she's doing Trisha's Marshmallow Kiss blanket.
Good.
Yes, ma'am. This is Luck of the Draw 10.
It just started Thursday, so this Thursday will be week 2, so you can catch up, Jill.
Yes, Lana says she likes the texture in it. Oh, Yvette says Juan, the yarn addict, is making Trisha's new stitch in white, and it really looks like a marshmallow. It does, doesn't it? Oh, thank you. There you go, folks. There is the link to Trisha's Luck of the Draw, week 1.
Thank you, Froggy.
Sierra says, I have a scrap Tunisian blanket that stays next to the couch. It's my relaxation project. Well, that's awesome. Okay, all. I have an off-the-wall question. What's the difference between Tunisian and crow knitting? I saw somebody doing that the other day. I really don't know. It was something that popped up on my feed. It says suggested for you. And so I thought, crow knitting, what in the world is that? When I watched the video, to me, it looked an awful lot like Tunisian. Now, those of you that are much more experienced in Tunisian, if there's anyone in here that knows about crow knitting, maybe you can explain to us the difference, because that's something new that I had never seen or heard about.
I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, exactly, Diane. Kudos to Trish. She's an amazing designer. And she's fast. Exactly, Lana. Woo! That girl can make smoke come from that needle. Ellie says, yes, to me, Tunisian is a beautiful combination of both knitting and crocheting. I've made Tunisian dishcloths. Lana, I don't have the time. Oh, between TFF, Southern Sisters, writing my own patterns, making a cardigan, I just don't have the time. Oh, Yvette says crow knitting is knitting using crochet hooks. Okay. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Oh, okay. Now I understand why. Yeah, she's not doing luck of the draw this time. Well, I figured that I can sit down and work up pretty quickly, just one square at a time, because that's what I'm going to do with mine. I was seesawing back and forth as to whether I wanted to add a different color each round, or if I want to make different squares. And I think that's what I'm going to do. And then if I don't have enough to make a complete blanket, I'll just fill in with just some plain squares of
You're going to make squares
brown.
for the luck of the draw. Hi, Michael.
Hello, Michael. Popping in for a few before finally going to bed. Oh, bless you, sweetheart.
I asked Panda how your guys' Valentine's Day was. So how was it? He said you guys had a good one.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's right. Folks, this is Luck of the Draw 10. There are, you can go out there and find Luck of the Draw 8 or 6 or 1. It's been going on for a while. Yep, that's probably what did it, little Keri.
Well, and you could always have Trisha draw a couple extra numbers. So that, especially for those of you doing squares.
Right.
So that you have the numbers. We stayed home and didn't have to deal with people or deal with the outside, LOL.
Mm-hmm.
That, and it was cold. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, you know what? That also makes sense, Yvette. It says when you alternate rows of knitting and crocheting, you're also crow knitting. Well, I'll be darned. Yeah, I kind of thought maybe I would just make individual squares in each, like where this one is green, whatever color she draws the next time, it'll have a different color right here. And just go from there. And of course, I'm keeping in my little book over here, I'm keeping like week 1 was this green color, week 2 will be the other. That way, when I get ready to line them out, I'll know which square goes where. Yeah, I just want to make sure that I have enough squares that if I'm going to send it for Boggy Creek, that it measures out correctly. So I hadn't thought about asking her maybe drawing a couple of extra numbers if I need them.
Yeah.
But I just thought it would be, cute that way. And then I can always go back if I want to and rewatch it again and do it in one big square blanket. Oh, that's awesome, Michael.
If she doesn't pull any extra numbers, you could always just roll a dice.
Yeah, I could do that too. Oh, well, Jill, thank you so much for popping in here with us, sweetheart. You go and get some sleep so you can go back to work tonight.
Yes. Love you,
Yes,
girlfriend.
Rachel, he is. He is, sweetheart. He is. I don't watch anybody else. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that out there.
What?
Rachel was saying, so Mima Dawn, are you saying Michael is our Tunisian genie? And I said, yes, he is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch anybody else. Diane says, bow down to the king of Tunisian. And I was telling him, Michael, I'm about ready to bite the bullet, and I think I'm going to go and make your scarf.
That heart one?
No, it's one from a couple of years ago, I think, that he put out. I don't remember the date on it, but he's standing out in the snow and he's got his scarf wrapped around his neck, so that's where I'm going. And then if I get real industrious, but of course I'm going to have to practice the stitch that goes with it. I so want to do. But there is a Rachel in here. Did I say Rachel for Crochet Cabin? I'm sorry.
It's Kimmy for the Crochet Cabin.
Yeah, for Crochet Cabin, but it's Rachel for the for Crochet Gypsy.
Thrifty Crocheters.
Yeah. Michael said, yeah, my first item made on my channel, February 2024. That's what I thought. But yes, I want to make the Irish blanket. And of course, it'll have to be green. Yes, it is. And I love how. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I see frogging. There you go. A thrifty crocheter is Rachel. I'm sorry if I read Crochet Cabin and said Rachel. I know it's Kimmy. Well, thank you, sweetheart. Sierra says, well, I'm definitely ahead of you now, Keri. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I can't do this
and talk.
Yeah.
Well, hello, Pebbles. How are you doing?
Hi, Pebbles. Okay, Michael, you have a good night.
Yes, sir. I know, Mima Dawn. That's why, for me, many times, it's just safe for me to call the channel name. Unless you've been around long enough for your name to click. But I have admitted to you guys that even when I was teaching, if it wasn't for the fact that I made assigned seating for the first couple of 6 weeks of school, I never would have kept my kids' names straight. Because I'd look down at the little seating chart I'd have there on my table while I was calling on that. Hey, Joey, you want to answer this question for me? Billy.
And don't forget, Froggy's on at 2 o'clock Eastern time, which is 11 o'clock Pacific time.
So you'll have a little bit of time to get some things done or go watch someone else for a bit. That would be great.
But make sure you get there to see Froggy.
Yes, 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 yes.
Well, we've been on for an hour. Do you want to stay for 15 more minutes or do you want to go?
Yeah, it's totally up to you.
Oh, I don't care.
And then Froggy after Miss C. Well, there might be some in here that would want to skip on over and catch the last few minutes of Jaxie, since she went on at 11:02 today.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and go. And if you guys want to swing over to Jaxie's and say hi, you can. And don't forget, Miss C is on next, and then is Froggy.
All righty.
Oh,
Hobie is on
too.
Oh my goodness gracious. Yes, I forget. I always try to catch Hobie on Mondays, and I forget that that's not the only day of the week that they go on. I forget that they go on, different times for other countries. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you all so much for being here with us again today. Y'all are just so sweet, showing up time after time when we pop in to see how things are going. Yep, they sure are.
They're live.
So please remember to always be the light out there in the darkness for someone today, because you never know, could be your light that they need to see. We love you guys.
And remember, were you done?
Yes.
You froze. Okay. And remember, one random act of kindness can change the world. Love you guys. See you later.